Let's bring on Mike Vorhies, MLB Guards Cast to the Sam Bourquin Show, 1310 WGPN. How you doing, Mike?
Well, Sammy, how are you, brother?
I'm good. Lots of stuff going on today, man. Don't have enough
It
time.
is.
We're gonna have to go till 9 o'clock tonight. What do you say? Let's go. Let's roll. Let's go. Okay.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I was going to reach out to you yesterday to come on today to talk about just the season and review kind of deal, because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it Monday, the day after football. I said we'll do it Tuesday. Then I get wind of this Jose Ramirez interview, and I thought, okay, well this will be part of the interview as well. So let's start with that, and then we'll go to the season in review if that's okay. So apparently Jose, when he took this deal, this huge hometown discount with the Guardians, they promised him, Jose, thank you for doing this. We're going to take this money that we're saving from not paying you, and we're going to build around you a lot better this time. We're going to bring in some bats. We're going to bring in some people. We're going to make this thing really strong. And obviously, they failed there. They didn't do it. They completely lied to Jose Ramirez from what I can see, and now he's angry. And he says the next contract negotiations are going to be a whole lot different. What do you make of this situation, and how do you think Jose's feeling right about now?
So I guess that podcast appearance was it was a few months ago. So I wonder if we could get a little bit more context with it. I mean, obviously he was probably frustrated and angry because the team wasn't performing well. But if the front office told him specifically that, hey, we're going to build around you, and hey, we're going to make sure you're protected. You know, we're going to build a winner. You didn't do that. I mean, let's look at that. They didn't really do much. So I think Jose has every reason to be angry. How much money did he leave on the table to stay here? Probably a couple $100 million.
He gave up tons of money, and I think he probably gave up a couple of years of security too.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 33 now, and I can't.
Yeah. I
always looked at Jose and go, he's 30. He's 31. We got all kind of time. He's 33 now, Mike.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what the contract negotiations will look like in the next time.
There's so many, right? We have the potential of a lockout maybe after next season. Like there's so much that could happen. And I mean, if I'm Jose, if my contract's up and you want me to stay in Cleveland, then hey, there's what you're going to have to do in order to get me to stay. And I don't think that we're going to be mad at him if he does it that way.
No, not at all. I mean, if the front office indeed, and look, whenever this interview took place, if it was 3 months ago or if it was 2 days ago, the fact of the matter is the Guardians did not come through on their promise to Jose Ramirez. And that kind of angers me a little bit because Jose deserves better.
He does. He's the cornerstone. He's the franchise. He's the future Hall of Famer. The city of Cleveland absolutely loves him. And if he's not happy, then we as fans aren't happy because he's our guy.
So him being 33, and again, there's Mike, I got to tell you, I think there's going to be a lockout. I think it's just fait accompli at this point.
Yeah.
How much more really good time are we going to have with Jose?
Let's see. I mean, he's still really good. 4-5 years, I think, before we need to start worrying.
Okay. I was going to say 4 max, because then he'll be 37.
Yeah. I mean,
but
about
okay.
30, 37,
like
38.
Yeah. It looks like he takes pretty good care of himself. He loves the game. Jose is not the kind of guy who's going to go get in trouble, and you know what I mean. So okay, let's say 38. I don't know. I'd be interested to be a fly in the wall at those negotiations. So let's kind of wrap up this season that was, and it turned out to be a roller coaster ride that we will never forget. Obviously, it ended sooner than we had all hoped for. And if ownership would have come through on their promise to Jose, maybe we'd still be playing right now. I can't help but think about that. But what was your overall take on the season this year for the Guardians, top to bottom?
Obviously, the first half of the season I'd like to forget about. It didn't go well. It just didn't go well at all. Just not winning games, not where we thought they'd be. So many games under 500 at one point, 15 and a half back at Detroit. And then after the All-Star break, they became a different team. Yes, they had a 10-game losing streak in there, but they won games when everybody counted them out, thought they were dead, figured they were done. And, well, Guardians, maybe next year, right? As Cleveland sports goes, maybe next year. And then they shocked everybody, started winning. Yes, it went down to the final day. Yes, we needed Boston to win in order for us to clinch the Central Division. We still won our game anyway, just because I was super excited going into that opening series with the Tigers. I thought we have played them 6 times. We won 5 out of 6. Like, this is great. Yes, Tarek Skubal showed up game 1 and completely shut us down. We knew that he would. Beating a pitcher that many times, it just doesn't happen. He's very good. He's going to be the Cy Young Award winner, for Pete's sake.
Yep.
Game 2, the comeback was epic. I know my co-host from the MLB Guard Cast, Brian Shaw, was there. The videos, the atmosphere, the pictures, it was incredible. You have playoff Rocchio show up. You had Bo Naylor do something, and everybody's like, okay, here we go. We got over the Skubal hump. It's tied 1-1. Winner go home. Game 3, and then I don't think the Guardians picked it up on their calendar, because I was at that game, and I'm really sorry that I couldn't bring us a win. But the team that I saw was not the team from game 2. It wasn't the team from game 1. It wasn't even – it looked like the team from when we lost 10 in a row.
Yeah, we weren't playing clean baseball, as Tito used to say. We weren't making good decisions. We just weren't there. And I don't know if we were on fumes, if we were completely out of gas, that comeback just took so much out of them. I don't know. But you're at home. It's a game 3. You've got the crowd. You've got everything going for you. Yep. Mike, I would say we lost that series game 1. I think we kicked game 1 away. We should, despite Skubal being his unbelievable self, we had ample opportunities to steal that game. We didn't do it.
I don't like to put all the blame on somebody. I think Stephen Vogt may have mismanaged in certain spots.
Mm-hmm.
I think he mismanaged the bullpen for sure. When you had Cade Smith, who threw almost 60 pitches 3 days in a row, Sobrowski threw 31, I think, 3 days in a row, and Hunter Gaddis threw 40 or 50 in 3 straight days. That's not good. That's not going to help you. Your relievers aren't supposed to play every single day. They need a break. So I think in game 2, when he decided to go to the bullpen, why didn't he use Kobe Allard? Why didn't he use Matt Festa? Why didn't he use guys that we weren't necessarily going to need for game 3 unless it was an emergency? He didn't do that.
There were some questions there. Mike Vorhies is our guest, MLB Guards Cast. You can check him out on the MLB Guards podcast on all the social media platforms. And I'm looking at our roster here, Mike, top to bottom, and looking at what we've got to work with, who we were heavily counting upon here in the postseason, guys that honestly probably, Mike, wouldn't be on a roster on half of the other Major League Baseball teams, but it is what it is. That's the soup that we stir. And now you're looking at moving forward now with here's who I think the pillars are right now. And one of them, you probably better go out and re-sign. That's Stephen Kwan. Now, I don't want to break the bank, but you're gonna have to pony up and put your big boy pants on and pay this guy something. All right, Manzardo, probably a keeper. I mean, and then our pitching, we're good. And we got a lot of guys under contract through 30, 31, some as late as 32. But I'm looking down Angel Martinez, Gabriel Arias, Daniel Schneemann, Nolan Jones, Bo Naylor, Brian Rocchio, Austin Hedges, David Fry, John Kenzie Noel, Lane Thomas when he's healthy, C.J. Kafis, Will Wilson, Jonathan Rodriguez, George Valera. I mean, Mike, I don't see very many core players there.
Well, I think you got to look at it. You got to look at Stephen Kwan and Kyle Manzardo went 3 for 23 in the series with Detroit. When your leadoff hitter's not getting on base, that kind of disrupts the offense. And then you've got guys trying to do too much, which I think is what it was. Brian and I just did our end of season recap yesterday, so all of this is still kind of fresh in my brain. There's going to be changes. There has to be. If this team wants to compete, I think Nolan Jones is not here next year. I think Gabby Arias is not here next year. I think Austin Hedges isn't a player. I think he's a coach.
Mm-hmm.
We need him in our clubhouse. I want him around. I just don't want his $1.50 batting average. We don't need that. I think George Valera has played his way onto this team. I think you're looking at potentially your new right fielder in a platoon with Lane Thomas if he's healthy.
Wow.
And they can sign him pretty cheap. That would work. Center field, you're probably looking at DeLauder. I mean, that's just kind of how it works. I think Angel Martinez and Schneemann are going to be your utility guys. I think Kafis and Manzardo are your first baseman. They're going to have to go out and make a move. There was a guy in the potential free agents list that I brought up with Brian yesterday, and that's Marcelo Zuna, who played for the Braves. He's strictly a DH.
Yep.
But he's a right-handed bat and has a ton of power. Kind of fits exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, I got to tell you, and I I think Lane Thomas is a good dude, and I like what George Valera has done. But if I'm being told that's who I'm going to start right field next year, that's a problem. And I know Valera's young and he's an up-and-comer. That's a problem. When are we going to get a right fielder with a cannon arm who's going to hit 290, hit 30, 35 home runs, drive in 95 or 100? When are we going to get that guy? When are we going to get that first?
I don't know if that guy exists anymore. Batting average isn't what it used to be, right? They don't look at batting average like they used to. They look at on-base percentage. They look at we looked at all of the potential free agents. Juan Soto, I think, was the only one that had a meaningful season this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the Guardians were never going to sign Juan Soto, ever. So I think it goes back to something I brought up to you the other day on your show, developing our hitters. We have to figure out why we can't develop a hitter. We can, with the pitching, we've got under control. It's what do we need to do in order to develop our hitters? Is it the hitting coach? Is it, who are we putting the blame on here? Is it Fink, the hitting coach? Is it Antonetti? Is it Chernoff? Is it who are we? Something has to happen. I think we know the Guardians are never going to spend big money. The last time they did that was Edwin Encarnacion, 3 years, $64 million. And that didn't work out like they thought it would.
And that scarred him for life.
I think so.
You know what, though? That shouldn't be that way, though.
But they did it with Josh Bell. They tried signing him, and it flopped.
Well, that was it.
We did it with the catcher, Zunino, and that flopped.
Yep.
We have had some issues. We tried with Santana this year. What happened? They ended up sending him packing because he couldn't get the job done.
Yeah. Well, they're going after the wrong guys.
Yeah, and that could be too.
The wrong guy.
What we have learned about Cleveland, Sam, is that the Guardians love their young guys and they want them to play. I think George Valera did well. He showed up for a guy that was kind of the outcast and everybody kind of forgot all about him. He showed up and delivered, had some key hits and for us toward down the stretch, and even in the playoff series with the Tigers. Why wouldn't he have earned a right to be? He's better than Nolan Jones. He's better than Martinez. He's better than Noel or Rodriguez. I think he deserves a shot. DeLauder too.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
I'm not saying don't give these guys a shot because they deserve it. I guess my problem is they're almost overly counting on these guys to be there, show up day one. You know what I mean? Look, DeLauder and Valera and Kefas. I mean, hey, for a young trio, sign me up for those guys. I think they're going to be okay. And look, at some point, Travis Bazzana is going to come up here and play if he can stay healthy. So, I mean, you look at those four corners right there, those four pillars there, but they're just so young. They're not ready to.
So I think what we need to do now is go ask Jose Ramirez, who do you want? What's it going to, like, give us a list. Who is it that you want to, who do you want here? Let's see what we can do. Like, I put the ball back in Jose's court. Okay, who do you want? We can trade some prospects. We can trade an arm if we need to. Like, who is it going to take to make you happy?
Mike, that you hit on it. You hit on it. We're going to have to move off of some of these guys. We're going to have to trade them. And I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but it's business. We're going to have to come off of 1, 2, maybe 3, a pitcher or two, a batter or two, in order to go get something to fortify this organization. So that's another thing we got to keep in mind. But that's what they're going to have to do.
I mean, Jose had to do it all. Manzardo didn't help him batting fourth. I mean, who else? They tried Jonathan Rodriguez. That didn't help. So we need somebody that's going – you need people before Jose, and I think Valera can be that guy at 2. And then I think you need to find somebody to hit fourth behind Jose to protect him because teams figured it out. Well, we'll just pitch around Jose.
Yep.
We'll walk Jose and then force Kyle Manzardo to do something. He didn't do it.
Yep.
So that's why maybe a player like a Marcelo Zuna, or take a look at that free agent list, see who could we afford.
Yep, I'm going to get on that list as soon as we go to break. I got about 30 seconds. Give me a letter grade for Stephen Vogt this year. What do you got?
I'm going to give him a B.
Okay.
He could have failed. It would have been an F before the All-Star break, but he turned it around and he got this team believing and got us into the playoffs, another Central Division crown. So it's a B. Not manager of the year, but I'll give him a B.
Oh yeah, me too. I might even give him a B+ because he.
There you go.
He had to work He had to work more than one miracle. That's for sure. Mike, I appreciate you coming on today, man. Tell everybody how they can watch your podcast and get your good stuff on social media.
Absolutely. The MLB Guard Cast available on Apple Podcasts. It's also on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. You can find me and Brian both on Facebook and X. Come join us. We love it. Love talking guards. Love being with you, Sammy. Thanks for the invite, brother.
You got it, man. Anytime. Go Guards. We'll see you around, Mike.
Yes, sir, brother. Thanks.
There he goes. Mike Vorhies, MLB Guards Cast. Check him out on all your social media platforms.